the Falling Moon Star as well by Esmeralda. Paired up with that constant bombardment from the Lilia, it's going to be quite tough to deal with. Mechanically, I think it's the most straightforward to execute, so it could prove to be a difference as this game approaches. Right. The second thing that on the side of Zion here is not that their heroes are difficult to use, but I think they're waiting for they have to have certain things happen correctly in sequence before it happens. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah, but let's find out. This is going to be Game 1 playoffs. We've started right now. This is what's going to happen in terms of STELLARK and Zion. They're going at it right to begin with. And Supergirl already has to just dash to safety. And 3 members of STELLARK just kind of making sure that they prioritize Ordi Bambi to get some sort of farm here.
Yeah, so far it looks like no heavy aggression by either team yet. There was an attempt, but it looks like STELLARK will be kind of patient at this point. Patience, I think, definitely one of STELLARK's strong points, but also could be their deficit, right? They sometimes can be a little bit too patient and kind of miss the whole jump in the first place.
Okay, STELLARK has patience. I do not have patience, and I love the action, and Zion trying to initiate here, just put a little bit of pressure on, make sure that, hey, we're going to fight for everything in the river, make sure that it's very difficult to get anything started. But speaking of getting things started, Mango right here, a little bit half-life. They're putting a lot of pressure in this top lane.
Yep, they have to be careful on the side of Zion, right? They are kind of wasting a bit of time while the junglers are getting their farm in. They cannot allow the STELLARK members to just get farmed like that. Like, I think Bambi has actually gotten one of the jungle creeps from the Zion camp, and that is not what you want to see if you're from Zion as well. On the bot lane, the Vanix against Smelly Cat, so far it looks like Vanix is having a decent time, right? So let's take a look at the emblems as well. What would they be using? I want to look at the jungler itself. Turtle is going to come up, but they're going to start it.
The chains. Okay, yeah, Mango's going to back off here, but this is a bit of a commitment. Mind you, Mango is level 3, but let's talk again about the emblems here.
Yeah, so that purchase, that 10% discount, right, the mystery shop for the side of STELLARK on their jungle, it's going to be very, very useful for them. They're going to be able to control the economy for the Zion team. And get it started though.
Oh, but this turtle is a bit of an action. It's about half-life. Zion are doing a good job of just kind of chipping away, but nobody's really committed. Fasa has to back up. Turtle's about a quarter life here. Does need to be careful. Nice little damage here. Chu just trying to go for this one. Oh! And then Potato will get first blood, and the turtle has actually gone the way of STELLARK in this case, but they did lose 2 in that one. Zion with a 2-0 on that one. Who came out on top?
I think STELLARK came out on top, honestly, because the wave management by STELLARK, they kind of even things out. At this point, yes, there's a slight goal advantage going to the side of Zion, but they have the experience on the side of STELLARK, so which means that they can recover that goal pretty easily.
Okay. I mean, it's always about the kills or the objectives, like in terms of how you want to play this one out. Obviously, that was a bit of a 50-50. It was very, very close. But now STELLARK trying to make their way around. Latte just putting out those alarm bots, making it difficult for any sort of rotation to happen here.
Yep, you can see STELLARK starting to look for someone to kill. They want to get that pick up so they can run rampant on the lanes itself. And Zion, I think they're very good understanding of what's happening. They have definitely seen quite a lot of replays for STELLARK as well. You can see the way they position themselves at the bottom. The Karina is able to farm as well. But in the mid lane, it might not be the same case as Supergirl might get blocked out.
Yeah, he just barely got away. That barrier just a little bit off the mark in terms of distance, but does get the chains. That's going to do some damage. The black shoes in combination onto Supergirl. It's going to be fine, but did take a lot of damage.
Well, it is super decent for the side of STELLARK. They have kind of reset the lanes in the middle. This will allow the mid lane to be pushed out a little bit more for the side of STELLARK while they apply pressure on the other lanes as well. Zion, you can see, doing exactly the same. They have 2 members up top trying to make sure that the top lane is going to have a very difficult time. But bear in mind, they are playing against a Lilia who has access to the Black Woods.
Okay, let's break down a little bit of the items in terms of what you kind of sticks out at this point. Yes, it's a little bit early, but the fact that it's, 4 minutes in?
Yeah, and the fact that Karina is going more for a tanky build, right? So I like the fact that they're going tank. We have seen how Karinas in this game kind of fall early if they go into a full damage build. So I really like this build. But the fight might be getting started here. Zion, I mean, STELLARK and Zion, they're like playing with us, right? They keep poking at each other, but they don't fight.
Yeah, you notice that STELLARK has kind of been the aggressive, team of the two. Oh, they get a nice little combination. They did get Supergirl, and Supergirl got caught out with Mango. They were holding hands, and they both got knocked up, and the damage was there. But STELLARK, again, has been somewhat very aggressive in trying to just, take control of the map here.
Yep, Zion needs to be very patient here. They are going to lock up STELLARK in the middle here. Six is going to be caught out. And it looks like this could be a good fight for them to take. The objective, unfortunately, has been taken by Bambi, which means this is 2 consecutive turtles for the side of STELLARK.
They got to do a better job of defending, making sure that they, they knew that they were there, but those 50-50s, you got to be super careful. If you're losing your jungle camps, especially early, it starts to snowball. Yes, it's like a 0.7K net worth lead, but these things kind of just get there, right? Getting yourself into a situation where the laning phase is not so rough for you is going to really put Zion in a better spot. They need to ensure that this laning phase goes well for them.
Yep, I would like to bring it back to Potato's items as well. Although he has built tank, he has 2 kills from his team already, and I think that kind of even things out at this point. But Potato has yet to secure objective for his team, and I think that is kind of scary at this point because Zion is starting to fall behind. It's not a very huge lead, it's just 1,000, but we all know the teams in MPL, they can really carry it up, and they might carry it up here.
Oh, Sink does get Black shoots the safety, but he's going to back off here. That was actually very close. The positioning of that one was a little bit off the mark, but now they're on the run. Supergirl has to stay alive, make sure that he's there. And Fossa was making a rotation. He might actually die for this. Okay, yeah, Fossa's not going to let him do that, right?
He still has access to his wild charge, so this is going to be something that he's going to be using to scare off the members of Zion. Potato going to fake his aggression there.
And just you got to be a little worried, right? The fact that they're putting pressure on has to make them feel uncomfortable, right? At this point, it's still a bit of a 50-50 wash, but look at this net worth lead just starting to rise. Fossa, every single time, has realized that when the respawns happen with this Fenrir here, and they're going to look to steal it again, and I think they did.
Potato.
And that's another one, 2-man shot. Supergirl, Potato, they need to get something in return. Fossa is still taking. Latte is fighting with Chu, and they did get Fossa. That's a nice start, and they did get Sink as well. And oh dear Bambi, they're trying to get the crossbows. They're trying to do it. They do the damage. They've got 3, but the Blazing Duet just doing a whole bunch of damage. Smelly Cat does look like he's going to go down, and that's going to be 4 going the way of Zion.
Beautiful from the side of Zion. Okay, a nice shutdown there, but it is going to be a 3-for-1, and that's not a trade you want to see if you're from the side of STELLARK. 2, I don't think he can kind of delay this. Both junglers are dead from both sides, so this is still okay. But mid lane, they might have something else happening.
A little bit of pressure, more than anything else. But that was a really nice fight. I think that was one of those situations where, STELLARK tried to get a little cheeky. They took the Fenrir, they took what they can, but Zion was like, no. We're shutting the door. We're making sure that you pay for this. Every single time that you cross the river, they need to be like the trolls on the bridge, and you need to pay the toll.
Yep, they're at a very funny position now for the side of Zion and STELLARK, right? Yes, they have taken 2 turtles on the side of STELLARK, but if you take a look at the level difference between the 2 teams, it's kind of weird, right? You have Potato, who is at level 9 already, and then you have the members from STELLARK who are still at level 7, level 8.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of an advantage here. I mean, he's got tied with Dear Bambi in terms of levels, but we're going to give up the turtle here. What are your thoughts on just, uncontested, if anything?
Yep, I mean, this top tier turret is going to be good for them. It does open up a portion of the map, right? So they are going to try a cross-counter map play. They are going to take this trade right away, instantly.
That was a lot of damage, and that was very quick. You took the turtle as well as the outer turret bottom, so again, just setting themselves up, right? You've taken the objective, you make sure that you have that. But again, let's talk a little bit about players' goals. Yep,
Smelly Cat, the person who is richest in the game right now, STELLARK definitely wants to see that on that Claude as well. And if you take a look at the bottom of the net worth, Latte second last on that Diggy is not going to be able to help out that much. We need that time journey on the side of Zion for things to work.
Why are you making fun of the support players, the roamers, right? Like, this is one of those situations where you know that
No. Let me explain to you why gold is important for the support as well. I'm not saying that he should farm, but the fact that he has the decent level as well, he needs to make a contribution as well. And how does the support player get farmed? When you get ganks, when you have your team get kills.
Okay. You look at you, just very difficult, man. I mean, I think he's doing a good job. He's 006, he's making plays happen. But as I say that, STELLARK are making plays happen as they take the other turret in the bottom lane.
Yeah, both teams choosing a more passive-aggressive style of play, right? They don't really want to engage in fight, they want to take the tower instead. Not exactly the kind of move that I would like, but I think it's a very smart move, right?
Okay, yeah, no, I agree with that. I think it's just making sure that you're in the right situation. And look at how much damage they've been doing. Making sure that the minion wave was there, tanking up most of it, doing a lot of structural damage. This is, of course, unhealable. This is one of those situations where, hey, it's just going to set me up for a later push down the road.
Yep, you were mentioning about the amount of damage you can put out on the the structures itself, and I think it's really important because no matter how much Zion punches back, you can see there is still a 2,000 gold lead on the side of STELLARK. But Forza, he's gonna be safe.
Yeah, he walked into that and he saw all 4 of them and he was like, they're not wearing the same color jersey as I am, so we're gonna back off here. But he's gonna recall the safety. Now this creates a little bit of an opening. Mind you, Zion have been largely focusing on that mid lane, just trying to do what they can in terms of pressure. But now we've got the Lord up, and Zion Latte is maybe looking to just start this one off here.
Yeah, this is gonna be a huge game changer for Zion because this is the first time he will try to fight for the first slot in the playoffs. This is a do or die game. You do not want to lose this.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. Nobody wants to lose at the end of the day. I think that this is the thing, right? If you lose that first game, there's so much momentum, right? It's a big hit on your ego, so you got to make sure that you do end up pulling as much as you can. But look at, they're doing some damage elsewhere. Look at Dyroth and Esmeralda in the top lane. I mean, they're just kind of skirmishing there.
Yep, it's the same strategy we've seen in the last week of regular season, right? They need to have proper wave management. You can see both of the EXP laners, they are going to be cutting waves on the other side. And while they're going to do the Lord's Dance in the bottom side of the river, that is the important part, right? Who is the first one to clear the wave on their EXP laner? And after that, we will see Chu down here going to be the first one to make a possible rotation. Who's going to get control of the Lord Pete? And once they have that control, that's where the fight's going to start. And we are going to be waiting for that very, very soon.
All right, one thing to take note of, Zion right now have 4 members with the Lord. They could potentially do this. Now it looks like there's going to be a mad dash because they realize that STELLARK, that is, that they're outnumbered here. And the Lord and Potato will take that one. And that's going to be the first Lord. That's going to be a great one for them. Banix is getting low. He's trying to do some shots. And Supergirl are on the run. They need to get out there, but Banix does go down, and that's a huge one.
Yep, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but Zion does get access to the Lord. So this is a breather for them at this point. Yes, if you take a look at the bot lane, it's kind of barren already, with the exception of that final tier 3 turret at the bottom lane. But now Zion, they have a bit more room to breathe with the Lord marching down top. And right now you can see STELLARK doesn't need to care about the Lord now. What they need to do is to make sure that they can on their side.
Yeah, they need to fix things up. But okay, one of the keys to victory that we talked about in the pregame was that Banix needs to survive. The fact that he died there, like, yeah, I mean, it's the 11 minutes. He did kind of trade, but just overall, your thoughts on that one?
I think the mindset behind that was Banix playing for jungle previously, right? So if the jungler doesn't die, they have to fight time. So at this point, it's more of Potato. And Potato is doing a really good job, right? Sure, I've lost 3 turtles, but hey, what's more important, the Lord or the turtle?
Okay, I think it's funny. It's like, okay, do or die, elimination game, relegation, everything is at stake. And Potato's like, nah, I got this one. I'm going in.
Yep, it's going to be tough though because Zion, they smell a bit of blood and they're ready to get it started. Across the map. Zion already evening out the tower control. They have taken 3 turrets already. But STELLARK, of course, at this point 4. But they are looking to create pressure for the
I think the crazy thing, okay, it looks like they're going to end up, I'm not sure who ended up getting the Fenrir on that one, but look at this situation where the kills are going the way of Zion. The objectives are kind of a bit of a mix in that sense. But okay, Potato did get out of that. So that's going to be a huge one, but they're looking to try to go for this one. The Black Shoes keeping Sting alive. No, he's going to fall. Banix will secure that one. And it looks like they're going to back off. They've gotten what they've wanted, which is, of course, that kill as well as that turret.
Yep, beautiful. Burning the Black Boots. That's one. Killing Sync after he uses the Black Boots. That's a bonus for them as well. They still have plenty of time across the map. There's 60 seconds before the Lord comes out again. Zion, what they want to do now is to make sure that they suffocate STELLARK, right? STELLARK, you know they don't do that well under pressure. Like, Smellycat is a new player. He does tend to choke a little bit towards the late game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you talk about Smellycat. I'm going to talk a little bit about Sync, right? I feel like in that case, he's been kind of aggressively using the Black Shoes to kind of get himself into a better position. But it's one of those situations where I think that you need to hold it. You need to ensure, you got to be worried about the control, the burst, all of these things that could potentially there. You need that second HP bar.
Yep, exactly. And I think Zion has an understanding of where they are standing at this point. They only have 5 turrets in their hand as well. They were a little bit shaky at the start of the game, but now you can see they're really moving into their stride. And with the addition of Potato, Potato is definitely an experienced player. He is going to be the cornerstone of the team as proven so far.
You could feel the Potato effect, right? I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like Zion, this is kind of like that mid-game where Zion really struggles and they kind of falter, right? Their landing was fine, but the mid-game has always been that suffering. But as I say that, Sync, he has the black shoes, he gets to safety. The positioning keeping him alive, but Super going in for this one. Latte will secure that one, and that's going to be another win. Sync going down 0-3-1. Not a great game for him thus far.
Well, Zion are definitely in sync, both literally and figuratively, right? Because they are going to get their hands on the Lord as well if this continues.
Okay, but this is going to be a huge opening. 20 seconds where Sync is not there. How is STELLARK going to play this one? Two, does need to be careful. He's going to be fine. The dancing and the waltz, so to speak, is going to continue. Vasa around does provide a little bit of vision on this one. But again, it's all about Sync. 6 seconds. Zion are not doing this quickly. They need to be very careful with how they proceed here.
Yep, Bambi waiting, Forza waiting as well. Oh, they are going to change the target to Forza, though. He might die for this.
Oh, he might get out of position, but can they steal the Lord? And the Odir Bambi sneaks it underneath the nose, and Mongo does need to be careful. He's going to fall. Odir Bambi secures that one, but he's going to fall in the end. And it looks like it's going to be a trade, but they've gotten two for one, but the Lord.
Ooh, that was tough, man. I mean, can you see the players on screen? They're holding their breath, right? And that's stress for you. The Lord is not the important thing. The game is important, right? And the fact that they had to hold and stall out the Zion players there, I think that was a great call by the team of STELLARK. Sure, Forza was going to die. They allowed him to chase. And I think at this particular instance, STELLARK was just a bit more disciplined compared to Zion.
Agreed.
Hey,
but it started with Vasa, right? He's just like, hey, look at me, guys. I mean, I'm going to attract all this attention. And Zion was like, oh, and they had like ADD or whatever, and they went directly towards him and tried to burst him down. That was a situation where, hey, if I am objective-based, I need to make sure that I secure the Lord and make sure that it's locked down for me. Vasa has done a good job of attracting attention elsewhere. Blazing Duet, keeping Supergirl just a little bit low at
Smelly Cat already used his ultimate at
this point.
the
chain. Smelly Cat has to flicker to safety. He's fine for now, but Zion, again, another skirmish.
Yep, they have burned 2 ultimates on the side of Zion, so this is looking good. A good trade for them, right? STELLARK burned 3 on that. And it looks like they can afford to push and make this pressure happen. They've already dealt with the Lord, so this is going to be a tough situation for STELLARK.
Yeah, Zion has done a good job of sticking to the game plan. What is it? I need to ensure that I'm killing the objectives, making sure that everything is there. And look at that. They've almost cleaned them all out. All we have left are the inhibitor turrets at this stage.
Yep, I mean, whatever we remembered from regular is literally out of the book now. Both teams are super slow.
Potato, he's all by himself. It's 1 versus 3. There's the shield that keeps him alive. They do have the knockup, and that's going to keep him alive. But Supergirl on the wrong side of this one. He flickers. He's going to get Blazing Duetted, but he has eventually falls in the end. Smelly Cat will secure this one. And now do they have the damage? Mango is already down. Latte's next on the list. And Vanix is going to be on that target list. The priority list. Does he go down? No, Vanix is continuing to fight. Smelly Cat goes down. Vanix eventually falls. And it's going to be Potato all by himself. And
oh my goodness!
White.
STELLARK, they have done it. This is the time to shine. That's 20 seconds at least before any of the members of Zion are going to be coming up. And this looks like STELLARK's game for sure. They have secured the first win in this best of 3. They are one step closer to knocking Zion out of this competition forever.
What a game.